Have you ever found yourself just, staring into the fridge at 5 p.m., utterly exhausted and absolutely no idea what to make for dinner?
Oh, that feeling is so common.
Or maybe, yet again, you're hitting that order now button for takeout. It's quick, sure, but maybe not the healthiest, and you feel that familiar pang of guilt, right? And you see your wallet getting thinner.
Exactly. The convenience trap.
What if there was a simple habit, like something genuinely transformative that could flip that whole scenario?
Something that sounds almost too simple, maybe.
Yeah, a habit that could turn that daily dinner dread into something calm, maybe even nourishing. A routine that saves you time, saves money, cuts stress, and actually makes you healthier from the inside out.
That's what we're digging into.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the surprising, really multifaceted power of meal planning.
It's true, that seemingly innocent daily question, what's for dinner, it carries this hidden cost. And it's heavier than most people realize.
The hidden cost, how so?
Well, it's not just about the money you spend on impulse buys or that last-minute takeout, though that adds up. It's a huge drain on your mental energy.
Okay.
Your emotional reserves, even your overall sense of well-being. It really chips away at you day after day.
So it's way beyond just the food itself.
Absolutely. This isn't merely about, food on a plate. It's about reclaiming your peace of mind. It's about getting back your time. And fundamentally, it's about taking a really strategic approach to managing your life.
Strategic life management through meals. Interesting angle.
It really is. Meal planning isn't just another chore to add to the list. It's actually a powerful tool for, let's call it, self-mastery.
Okay, self-mastery through meal planning. I like that framing. But that idea of reclaiming your peace of mind, it's compelling, definitely. But I can imagine some people hearing planning and thinking, oh, great, more planning. Doesn't that feel like less peace of mind initially? Like adding another task?
That's a fantastic point, and it's probably the biggest hurdle for people. The misconception is exactly that, that meal planning adds this extra layer of complexity, another thing to manage in an already packed life.
Yeah, who needs another spreadsheet?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what's truly fascinating, and what we really want to unpack here, is how deeply interwoven the practical benefits and the psychological ones actually are.
Okay.
The biggest misconception is that it's restrictive or that it takes up more time. But in reality, it's the exact opposite. It's liberating. It's a profound time saver.
Liberating. Okay. Tell me more. Let's really unpack these benefits then. Go beyond just, having food ready. What are the big wins?
Let's do it. We can break it down. From the tangible, like saving money, to the more subtle but maybe even more powerful psychological shifts it brings.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
First up, let's talk pure efficiency. Specifically, how it saves you time and dramatically reduces something experts call decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue. I feel that just hearing the term.
Right. Think about your typical evening. You walk in the door, long day, brain's already kind of fried from work or kids or whatever it is.
Yep. Autopilot mode.
And boom, the immediate question hits, what's for dinner? And then the mental gymnastics start, right? You're scanning the fridge, wondering what you even have, maybe scrolling through apps for ideas, debating healthy versus easy.
The endless scroll.
That daily scramble, that constant low-level cognitive load.
Yeah.
It's a significant drain. It uses up mental energy you could be using for other things.
Okay, I see that.
So when you embrace meal planning, you're making a deliberate, strategic investment. It's a small block of time, maybe an hour on a Sunday afternoon.
It's just an hour.
Maybe less, once you get the hang of it. But that focused planning session, that hour, it yields huge returns all week long.
Okay, what kind of returns are we talking? Like actual time saved?
We're not talking tiny savings here. Studies, anecdotal evidence, it all consistently shows people who meal plan regularly save, on average, about 3 hours per week.
3 hours? That's significant. Where does that time actually come from?
It's multifaceted. First, fewer grocery trips, and the ones you take are way more targeted because you have a list. You buy exactly what you need.
No more wandering the aisles aimlessly.
Exactly. Second, it eliminates those wasted minutes staring into the fridge, paralyzed by choice, or just a lack of ingredients.
The fridge stare.
Yeah.
I know it well.
And third, crucially, it streamlines the actual cooking process. The mental heavy lifting, deciding what to make, is already done. You just execute.
Ah, okay. Less thinking, more doing.
Psychologically, this frees up an enormous amount of mental space. It lifts that daily burden, that what's for dinner or what's for lunch, question.
Yeah.
For so many busy people, that question is a common, often really underestimated source of anxiety and that decision fatigue we mentioned.
I can totally picture that freedom.
Yeah.
Waking up and just knowing what's for dinner.
Imagine it. Knowing your next couple of meals are sorted, ingredients ready, that's a total game changer for your mental bandwidth. You get that energy back.
I can absolutely see that feeling of dread. Thinking about dinner when you're already wiped out, it's so real. And that's exactly when you reach for something quick, but maybe not so great for you, right?
Precisely. It's the path of least resistance when your willpower is low.
So beyond just saving that mental energy, how does this translate into actually eating healthier?
Yeah.
And boosting mental well-being? Those are huge claims.
This is where the impact gets really profound, and it creates this amazing virtuous cycle.
Okay.
A balanced diet, one that's consistently rich in, vibrant vegetables, lean proteins, essential nutrients. It doesn't just nourish your body, it directly improves your sense of well-being. It can significantly lift your mood.
Food and mood, they're definitely connected.
Deeply. By planning your meals, you are actively choosing nutritious recipes and ingredients. You're taking control. You're not just defaulting to whatever's quickest or most convenient because you're tired or rushed or unprepared.
Right, you're being intentional.
Yeah, and this is critical. Some research suggests a tiny fraction, like less than 0.1% of restaurant meals are considered ideal quality.
Wow, less than 0.1%. That's stark.
It is, and it's not about bashing restaurants. It's about their model. They often optimize for taste, cost, shelf stability, which usually means more sugar, sodium, unhealthy fats, processed stuff.
And less of the fresh stuff.
Often, yes. Less fresh produce, whole grains, lean proteins. When you plan, you basically bypass that whole system. You decide what goes in.
You control the ingredients.
Exactly. And this intentional eating, it leads to better focus during the day, more sustained energy levels, better overall physical health, which long-term can seriously reduce the risk of chronic diseases.
Okay, so physical health, check. What about the mental side? Mood, focus.
Big impact there too. Proper nutrition helps stabilize your blood sugar. That prevents those mood swings, right? The afternoon slumps, the fatigue that hits when you eat poorly or irregularly.
Yeah, the sugar crash is real.
Totally. Even mild dehydration affects mood and concentration. And planning often makes you more mindful of fluids too. And think about specific nutrients for brain health.
Like what?
Healthy fats. Think olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, oily fish. They're crucial for brain function, for cognitive clarity, mood regulation.
Oh, fats are good.
The right fats. Whole grains, fruits, veggies, they give you essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. Your brain needs that fuel. Protein gives you amino acids that help regulate neurotransmitters, directly impacting mood, and critically, your gut health.
The second brain.
Exactly. It profoundly influences your mood, immunity, stress response.
Yeah.
And it thrives on a diverse diet rich in fiber fruits, veggies, beans, maybe probiotics from fermented foods. When you plan, you're building wellness from the cells up.
It's incredible how much what you eat impacts how you feel. I can absolutely relate to that. The difference in afternoon energy, mental clarity after a good planned lunch versus, grabbing something processed last minute. It's night and day.
It absolutely is. It colors your entire afternoon, doesn't it?
Totally. Affects your productivity, your patience, everything.
Exactly. It's not just about avoiding feeling bad. It's about actively fueling feeling good.
Yeah.
That planned, balanced lunch gives you sustained energy, prevents the slump, keeps you sharp. Contrast that with the sugar crash or just feeling sluggish from a less thoughtful meal. The choice becomes pretty clear.
Okay, so better health, better mood, more energy, more time. And it's not just about health, right? This hits the wallet too. Grocery prices are wild, eating out adds up fast. How does meal planning help save money and maybe even cut down on food waste?
This is another massive benefit and often a surprising one for people just starting out. Meal planning can lead to really significant cost savings.
How significant are we talking?
For many people, many families, it averages around $150 per month, sometimes quite a bit more.
Wow, $150 a month. That's serious savings. How?
It works through several smart strategies. First, that comprehensive grocery list based only on your planned meals. You buy exactly what you need.
No more impulse buys at the checkout.
Drastically fewer. Those little extras that jump into your cart because they look good, they add up and often lead to waste. With a plan, you know exactly what you need. No guesswork, fewer random additions.
Okay, targeted shopping. What else?
Second, and this is huge for waste reduction, you use up ingredients before they spoil. You're actively incorporating items that might otherwise wilt in the back of the fridge into your plan for the week.
The science experiment drawer.
We all have one. This conscious approach minimizes food waste, which is a major hidden cost. It also encourages a more, let's say, frugal approach.
Frugal how?
You start to naturally capitalize on sales. You stock up on inexpensive pantry staples, beans, lentils, rice, oats. You make the most of seasonal vegetables when they're cheapest and taste best. You're thinking strategically about your resources, not just your meals.
So it's about being more mindful with money and food.
Exactly. And that thoughtful approach genuinely translates into more financial freedom and honestly a more sustainable lifestyle too. It feels good on multiple levels.
Okay, the benefits are incredibly clear. Time, money, health, less stress, less waste. It's really compelling.
It covers a lot of ground.
But how do we actually do it? How do we go from that kitchen chaos, that 5 p.m. panic, to this calm, planned approach without feeling totally overwhelmed? Especially if you're starting from zero. Let's get into the practical steps.
Right, this is the critical pivot. How do you make it happen? The key is a thoughtful approach. Start small. Build confidence.
Okay, start small, but even before that.
Even before that, the very first step, before recipes or lists, is establish your why. Get clear on your objectives.
Your why.
Why are you doing this? Is weight management, better nutrition for the family, maybe tackling a specific health issue? Is it purely saving time during a crazy week? Or is reducing that daily stress, that decision fatigue, your main driver?
So get clear on the goal first.
Exactly. Your why becomes your guiding star. It influences the kinds of meals you choose, how complex they are, how much effort you put in. If stress reduction is key, you prioritize quick, simple recipes. If budget's the main thing, you focus on versatile, cheap ingredients.
Got it. Know your destination before you start the journey.
Perfectly put. Once you have your why clear in your mind, then you start small. This is where so many beginners stumble.
How so?
They try to plan everything. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, 7 days a week, right from day one.
Yeah, that sounds like a recipe for burnout.
It absolutely is. It's too much, too soon. Instead, just plan maybe 2 or 3 dinners for the week ahead. That's it.
Just a few meals.
Yeah, or maybe focus on the one meal that consistently causes you the most grief. Maybe it's lunches, where you end up buying expensive, unhealthy stuff. Or maybe it's breakfast, where you often skip it entirely. Just tackle that one area first.
Okay, focus on the biggest pain point.
Exactly. This lets you build comfort, build confidence, work out the kinks, and actually see results quickly without feeling like you've completely overhauled your life overnight. Small wins build momentum.
That makes so much sense. Don't try to boil the ocean on day one. Okay, so you know your why. You've picked a small starting point. What about the actual method? Pen and paper? An app? Does it matter?
It absolutely boils down to personal preference, honestly. And both methods have really distinct advantages, depending on you.
Okay, break it down for us. Paper versus digital.
If you like paper, you get that tactile, almost meditative experience. Writing things down, sketching it out, it's a nice break from screens, right?
Definitely. Less blue light.
And you have total freedom to customize. Grids, colors, whatever system works for you. Plus, it can reduce distractions. No notifications popping up while you're trying to plan.
Okay, pros for paper. Tactile, customizable, focused. What about digital?
Digital offers incredible convenience and some really powerful features. Reminders are huge.
Reminders like
Get an alert Thursday night to thaw the chicken for Friday's dinner, or a reminder Tuesday evening to chop veggies for the next couple of days.
well, that's smart. Takes the remembering off your plate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Digital tools often sync with your calendar too, so you can plan meals around appointments, soccer practice, date night, whatever.
Integrates with life.
Plus, cloud backup means you don't lose your plans. You can easily repeat successful weeks, search for recipes you used before, even share plans with family members, and it's always there on your phone.
Okay, convenience, reminders, integration, searchability. Lots of pros there too.
Absolutely. The best method. It's simply the one you'll actually stick with consistently. Try both out. See what feels right for you.
Right. The best system is the one you use. Makes sense. So whether it's a notebook or an app, consistency is key. And speaking of consistency, how important is actually scheduling time for this? Like putting it in the calendar?
Crucial. Absolutely crucial. Think of meal planning and prep like any other important appointment. A meeting with yourself for your well-being. If you don't schedule it, it's just too easy for it to get shoved aside by everything else that feels more urgent in the moment.
Life gets in the way.
Always. So allocate a specific recurring time each week. Sunday morning, maybe Sunday afternoon, whatever works. Block it out just for planning and making your grocery list.
Make it non-negotiable.
Treat it that way. It signals to you, and maybe others in your household, that this is a priority. An act of self-care, really. And then optimize the shopping part too.
How so?
Use pickup or delivery if that works for you and your budget. Or if you go in person, organize your list by the store layout. Produce, then dairy, then aisles, whatever the flow is. Minimize that running back and forth.
The grocery store zigzag again?
Avoid it.
Yeah.
Save those precious minutes. Then, and this is a great tip, set aside a separate block of time later for the actual prep or cooking.
Separate from the planning.
Yeah. Maybe Sunday evening you chop veggies, cook grains, portion snacks. Breaking it into 2 phases plan shop, then prep cook makes it feel way less daunting. Prevents that mental fatigue of trying to do it all at once.
That's really smart. Plan, then execute later.
Yeah.
Okay, last foundational step, the grocery list. Sounds simple, but I bet there's a strategic way to do it.
No, the strategic grocery list is absolutely fundamental. This is where you really lock in those cost savings and waste reduction.
Okay, how do we make it strategic?
Step 1, often skipped, but so important. Always, always check your pantry, fridge, and freezer first before you write a single item down.
The inventory check.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you already have? What needs using up soon? This prevents buying duplicates like another jar of peanut butter when you have 3 already. And it makes sure you use older stuff first.
Right, use what you have.
Once you've done your inventory and you have your planned meals for the week, create your shopping list based only on the ingredients you need for those specific dishes.
Stick to the plan.
Be disciplined. This stops impulse buys, keeps you focused in the store, and directly leads to those savings we talked about. It's like a treasure hunt in your own kitchen before you even leave the house. A really powerful act of conscious consumption.
Okay, foundation laid. We know our why. Started small, picked a method, scheduled time, mastered the strategic list. Now, how do we refine this? Keep it exciting, efficient, beneficial, especially when life throws curveballs. This feels like where the art comes in.
You're absolutely right. This is where we move beyond mechanics into mastery. We look at advanced strategies, navigate common hurdles, and make sure this habit sticks long-term without feeling like a burden.
Okay, what's the first challenge people usually hit once they get going?
A big one is boredom. Meal repetition. Nobody wants to eat the exact same thing 5 days in a row, right? Even if it's healthy.
Definitely not. Food fatigue is real.
So the key is prioritizing variety, but cleverly. Not necessarily cooking brand new, complex meals every night. That's exhausting.
So how do you get variety without tons of extra work?
Think versatile ingredients. Instead of planning 5 distinct meals, maybe batch cook components, roast a big chicken on Sunday, cook a large pot of quinoa or brown rice, roast a tray of mixed vegetables.
Okay, like building blocks.
Exactly. Then repurpose these blocks. Shredded chicken goes in a salad Monday, tacos Tuesday, maybe a soup Wednesday. Quinoa is a base for a grain bowl one day, a side dish the next, maybe mixed with beans for veggie burgers later.
Ah, mix and match. I like that. Less rigid.
Much less rigid, much more flexible. To keep inspiration flowing, actively seek out new ideas. Food blogs, social media, cookbooks. Keep a running list.
A must-try list.
Yeah, and a go-to list of family favorites, work. Mix it up. Consider theme nights, meatless Monday, stir-fry Friday, or plan around seasonal produce and what's on sale. That naturally introduces variety and saves money, too.
Using seasonal stuff makes sense, usually tastes better, and it's cheaper.
Exactly. It prevents that feeling of being stuck in a rut.
Okay, variety covered. What about the actual cooking and storage? Making that efficient seems key for busy people.
Absolutely. Smart cooking and storage are your best friends here. For cooking, lean into batch cooking. Choose recipes that scale up easily.
Like what kind of recipes?
Casseroles are great, often yield 6-8 servings, less active cooking time, one-pot meals, soups, stews, chilies, sheet pan meals, protein and veggies roast together, minimal cleanup.
Less cleanup is always a win.
Always. And multitask while things are cooking. While soup simmers, chop veggies for tomorrow's stir-fry, wash greens, prepare components for other meals. Use that passive cooking time actively.
Smart use of time. And what about leftovers?
Think planned overs, not just leftovers. Intentionally cook extra portions specifically for future meals. Lunch the next day, or freeze a portion for a crazy night weeks from now.
Planned overs. I like that term.
But always label and date everything you store. Freezer tape and a marker are essential. Prevents mystery meals later.
Good point. So freezing is obviously a big part of this strategy. Best practices. How do we keep food safe and tasting good? And what doesn't freeze well?
Freezing is a meal planner's superpower. Seriously. Cooked food is technically safe indefinitely at 0 degrees F or negative 18 degrees C. But for best quality flavor, texture aim to use it within, say, 3 to 6 months.
Okay, 3 to 6 months. Got it. Any key steps for freezing?
Yes. Cool the food first.
Yeah.
at least to lukewarm. Don't put piping hot food straight into the freezer.
Why not?
It raises the freezer temp, affecting other food. Plus, it creates condensation, ice crystals, that leads to freezer burn and ruins the texture. Cool it down first. Maybe spread it thin on a tray to speed it up.
Okay, cool first. Then how about thawing?
Safest way is in the fridge. Transfer it 1 or 2 days ahead. Bigger portions take longer. Never, ever thaw on the counter. That's the bacterial danger zone.
Fridge only. Got it. And reheating.
Stovetop or oven usually give it the best quality, helps restore texture. If you microwave, use lower power. Stir often for even heating. For creamy sauces that might separate, add a splash of milk or broth, maybe a little butter to bring it back together.
Good tips. Now, what about foods that just fail in the freezer?
Yeah, some things don't bounce back well. High water content stuff often gets mushy or watery. Think leafy greens for salads, they'll wilt badly. Cooked pasta can get too soft. Spaghetti squash gets stringy. Mashed potatoes can turn grainy.
So avoid freezing those.
Not necessarily avoid, but manage expectations.
Yeah.
They might not work for their original purpose, but that mushy spinach is fine in soup. Thawed pasta works in a baked casserole. Those grainy potatoes can top a shepherd's pie. It's about knowing how to repurpose them.
Adapting. Makes sense. Okay, a really common problem. Dry, reheated chicken. It just never tastes as good. How do we fix that?
Ugh, yes, the dreaded warmed-over flavor. It's a common complaint, but definitely preventable.
Please tell us how.
Rule 1. Don't overcook it initially. Use a meat thermometer, aim for 165 degrees FE, 74 degrees C, then stop. It keeps cooking a bit after.
Okay, don't overcook.
Second, marinades are your friend. Acid, lemon juice, vinegar, and oil help keep it moist and add flavor that survives reheating.
Marinades. Got it.
Third, consider using chicken thighs instead of breasts for meal prep. Dark meat has more fat, it's more forgiving, stays moister, tastes richer even reheated.
Thighs over breasts for prep. Interesting.
And finally, reheat gently. Avoid blasting it in the microwave. Pan reheat with a splash of broth for steam. Or serve it cold in salads or wraps. Or just stir cold, cooked chicken into the hot rest of the meal right at the end to warm through without direct reheating.
Lots of strategies there. Okay, what about the containers themselves? Plastic? Glass? Does it make a big difference?
You can definitely start with what you have, old takeout tubs, jars. But for long-term planning, good containers help. Plastic is cheap, light, durable, won't break easily.
Downsides of plastic?
Can't stain. Hold odor sometimes. Some people worry about heating food in plastic. Best practice is usually to transfer to a plate if microwaving.
Okay. And glass?
Glass is great. No stains, no odors. Eco-friendly, generally safer for reheating, often oven-safe.
Downsides of glass?
Heavier, breakable, can be prone to thermal shock, don't go straight from freezer to hot oven or vice versa.
Wow.
And they cost more upfront.
Trade-offs. Either way. Any other types?
Individual portion containers are super handy for grab and go and portion control. Mason jars work well for soups, salads, overnight oats. Silicone's getting popular too. Flexible, light, oven-safe. Find what fits your routine and budget.
Okay, lots of options. Now let's shift gears slightly to a really crucial part of healthy eating. Portion control and balanced meals. It feels like serving sizes have gotten completely out of control.
You are not imagining it. We're definitely dealing with portion distortion. It's a huge, often unnoticed issue.
How distorted are we talking?
Think about it. A bagel today is often 6 inches across, way bigger than the old 3-inch standard that's like 200 extra calories right there. Fries went from maybe 2.5 ounces to 7 ounces, potentially 400 more calories. Sodas from 6.5 ounces to 20 ounces or more.
Wow, we just got used to bigger portions.
Exactly. And research shows we unconsciously eat more when given more. Our eyes override our stomachs sometimes.
So how do we fight back against portion distortion without carrying scales everywhere?
Visual cues. They're super helpful and easy to remember. Think common objects.
Okay, give us some examples.
1 cup, like for pasta or rice, is about the size of a baseball. 3/4 of a cup, maybe yogurt, is a tennis ball. 1/2 cup chopped veggies. Fruit is like a computer mouse. 1/4 cup nuts. Cheese about an egg.
Okay, baseball, tennis ball, mouse, egg. What about protein?
3 ounces of cooked meat, fish, poultry. A standard serving is roughly the size of a deck of cards.
Deck of cards, got it. And fats.
2 teaspoons of oil or butter is about a ping pong ball. These aren't exact science, but they give you a good mental guide without needing measuring tools for every meal.
Those are really helpful, super easy to picture. But beyond just how much, how do we ensure we're getting a balanced meal each time? It's not just quantity, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Quality and balance are key. The My Plate guide from the USDA is a great visual tool for this.
How does my plate work?
Imagine your plate divided. Half of it should be filled with non-starchy vegetables and fruits. Think color, fiber.
Half the plate, veggies and fruit. Okay.
A little over a quarter should be grains. And try to make at least half of those whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat stuff.
Quarter grains, mostly whole.
The last quarter is for lean protein, chicken, fish, beans, lentils, tofu. And ideally, have a side of low-fat dairy or a dairy alternative.
Veggies, fruit, grains, protein, dairy. Simple visual.
It really simplifies it. And when you are dealing with packaged foods, read those nutrition labels, especially the serving size.
Ah, the sneaky serving size again.
Yes, pay attention to serving size and servings per container. Calories, fat, sugar, it's all based on one serving. If you eat the whole package listed as 2 servings, double everything.
Got it. Be label aware. And overall daily balance.
Aim for foods from at least 3 food groups at each meal and try to hit all 5 groups: fruits, veggies, grains, protein, dairy daily. Prioritize fresh, frozen, or unsweetened canned produce, low-fat dairy, whole grains, lean protein. And watch the drinks. Water, unsweetened tea are better than sugary options.
Okay, balance makes sense, but life happens, right? Plans change. Last-minute meetings, sick kids, spontaneous invites. How do we build flexibility into the plan so we don't just give up when things go sideways? Or feel guilty for deviating?
Flexibility is absolutely essential. This isn't about rigid perfection. It's about sustainable habits. Your meal plan is a guide, not a prison.
So how do we build in that flexibility?
Always have ingredients on hand for a couple of quick emergency meals. Things you can make in 30 minutes or less when the original plan falls through.
Like what?
Simple tacos with pre-cooked meat or beans. Skillet meals with pre-chopped veggies. Even just scrambled eggs and toast breakfast for dinner. Saves the day sometimes.
Backup plans. Good idea.
Also, designate a clean the fridge night. Maybe once a week, towards the end of your cycle. Get creative with leftovers, odds, and ends. Minimizes waste. Gives you a cooking break. Think frittatas, stir-fries, everything but the kitchen sink salads.
Use it up night. Smart. What about eating on the go?
Plan for portable options if that's part of your life. Homemade granola bars, energy balls, hearty salads, dressing separate, wraps, bowl meals. Invest in good containers, insulated bags, ice packs, maybe a thermos for hot stuff.
Prepare for portability.
And if eating out is unavoidable, plan for that too. Look up menus online beforehand. Make informed choices that align with your goals rather than impulsive ones when you're hungry and rushed. It's about making conscious choices most of the time, not being perfect 100% of the time. Don't beat yourself up over deviations.
Okay, so we've covered the why, the how-to, making it exciting, flexible. Now let's tackle the pitfalls. Because even with the best intentions, things can go wrong. What are the common mistakes people make, and how do we sidestep them?
Being aware of these common mistakes is honestly half the battle. If you anticipate them, you can navigate around them much more easily.
Okay, hit us with mistake number 1.
Mistake number 1, leaving everything for the last minute. This totally defeats the purpose.
How so?
Meal planning needs that dedicated upfront time, choosing recipes, checking inventory, shopping. If you rush that initial phase or skip it, you end up scrambling later, getting ready to cook Tuesday night and realizing you forgot key ingredients. That's stressful, counterproductive, and leads back to takeout.
Right, you plan to save time during the week, not create more errands.
Exactly. Planning requires planning time.
So the solution is just schedule it properly and stick to it.
Pretty much. Schedule ample, uninterrupted time. Weekend, day off, whenever works. Treat it like a non-negotiable appointment. Use that time only for selecting recipes, checking what you have, making that organized list.
Make it a ritual, maybe.
Yeah, put on music, have some tea, make it feel like self-care, not a chore. This deliberate planning prevents stress later.
Okay, protect the planning time. What's mistake number 2?
Mistake number 2, taking on way too much too soon. Especially common for beginners.
The overachiever trap.
Totally. You're enthusiastic, so you try to plan every single meal for the week, maybe tackle 5 complex new recipes. Gets overwhelming fast. Too much shopping, fridge overflowing, too many new habits at once, leads straight to frustration and wanting to quit.
Yeah, biting off more than you can chew, literally. How do you avoid that overwhelm?
Start slow. Be realistic. Just plan 1 or 2 dinners to start, or just lunches. Get comfortable with that first.
And the boredom factor.
If you get bored easily, focus on prepping those versatile bases. We talked about grains, proteins, roasted veggies, then mix and mash throughout the week. If you like consistency, stick with a few reliable favorites. Start at your pace, get small wins, build gradually. Sustainability over speed.
Slow and steady wins the race. Got it. Mistake number 3.
Mistake number 3, The disorganized shopping list, either rushing it without checking inventory first or just jotting things down randomly.
Takes to buying duplicates
Or the grocery store zigzag, running back and forth across the store because your list isn't organized by aisle. Waste time, adds frustration.
So annoying. What's the fix?
Simple but effective. Inventory first, check pantry, fridge, freezer, know what you have. Then organize the list by the store layout. Produce, dairy, dry goods, meat, frozen. Whatever order makes sense for your store. Apps can help, or just use columns on paper. Saves time, reduces forgetting things, and weirdly, cuts down impulse buys too.
Streamline the shopping trip. Makes sense. Okay, mistake number 4.
Mistake number 4. Choosing overly ambitious recipes for weeknights. You see something gorgeous online, looks amazing.
But it has 20 steps and takes 90 minutes.
Exactly. Tackling that on a Tuesday after work when you're tired and hungry, recipe for disaster, leads to frustration, maybe burnt food, maybe ordering pizza anyway.
Been there. The stress isn't worth it. So the smart approach.
Set realistic expectations. For busy weekdays, choose simple, quick recipes, 30 minutes or less, minimal cleanup. Sheet pans, stir fries, simple pastas. Save the complex, new, adventurous recipes for weekends or days off when you have more time, less pressure, and can actually enjoy the process. Build confidence, not frustration.
Weeknights are for survival cooking, weekends for fun cooking. Got it. Mistake 5.
Mistake number 5. Not planning for enough food, underestimating how much people actually eat.
Especially growing kids.
Or just bigger appetites. Or maybe you forgot someone was joining for dinner. You end up scrambling for more food after the main meal, which defeats the whole point and leads to unhealthy snacking or frustration.
So how do you avoid running out? Seems almost worse than no plan.
Read recipe serving sizes carefully before you start. Adjust based on your reality. Got teenagers, bigger appetites. Plan to double the recipe from the start. Better to have planned leftovers for lunch than to come up short. If cooking for 1 or 2, maybe still double for efficiency, but freeze the extra immediately.
Plan for abundance, store the excess wisely. Okay. Mistake number 6.
Mistake number 6. Forgetting to defrost those pre-frozen meals. You did the work, batched cooked, froze portions.
Your freezer is stocked.
Yes. Then dinner time rolls around, you check the plan, and realize the frozen chili is still frozen solid because you forgot to move it to the fridge yesterday.
The worst feeling. You were so prepared, yet not.
It's a sneaky one. It derails everything despite your earlier effort.
How do we prevent that?
Treat defrosting as part of the plan. Schedule it, put a reminder on your phone, write it on your meal plan. Move chili to fridge Thursday night. Allow 1-2 days for safe thawing in the fridge, longer for bigger items. And repeat. Never thaw on the counter. Safety first.
Integrate defrosting into the schedule. Got it. And the final mistake, number 7.
Mistake number 7. Over-preparing and causing food waste. This is the flip side of not having enough. Planning and cooking food that ultimately gets thrown out.
The exact opposite of the goal. Wastes time, money, food. Feels defeating.
Completely. It undermines the whole effort.
So how do we find that balance? Avoid preparing too much.
Be mindful of quantities from the start. If you do batch cook large amounts, be proactive. Portion and freeze half immediately for a future week. Don't just leave it all in the fridge hoping you'll eat it.
Freeze proactively.
Label clearly with contents and date. Use within 2-3 months for best quality from the freezer, 3-4 days from the fridge. And remember, those planned overs are for specific meals, tomorrow's lunch, Friday's dinner, not just endless snacking. Maintain portion control, even with leftovers.
Be intentional with leftovers too.
Exactly. It's about building sustainable, lifelong habits. Meal planning is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency over perfection. Small efforts add up to big, lasting change.
Wow. We've really covered a lot. From the psychology to the practical steps, the advanced techniques, the pitfalls. It's so clear this is way more than just deciding what's for dinner.
It really is.
It feels like a tool for reclaiming time, easing your mind, genuinely nurturing your body, even helping your finances. It's an act of real intention.
That's the core of it. The true power of meal planning is how it empowers you. It's a conscious choice, a deliberate decision to take control of your nutrition, yes, but also to reduce that daily stress, free up that mental energy.
Energy you can use elsewhere.
Exactly. For your passions, your relationships, your growth, everything else that matters. Think about it this way. Every intentional meal you plan, every thoughtful grocery list, every bit of time you dedicate, it's like laying a brick.
A brick in what?
A brick in the foundation of a healthier life. A less stressed life, a more fulfilling, more empowered life. So the question really is, what foundational brick will you lay this week?
That's a powerful thought to end on. Thank you so much for breaking all that down for us.
My pleasure. It's a topic I'm passionate about because the impact is so real.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep thriving.